How's it going, everyone? My name is Michael SK, and welcome back to Highway Blossoms. In the last episode, our two main characters wandered around good old Las Vegas, and then they split up. It looks like Marina is planning something in terms of a surprise for Amber. We don't know what that is, but I'm pretty sure we'll be finding out here in this episode. Also, I should mention, because now I'm very paranoid, California has been hit with a couple of very lovely earthquakes. The south portion of California, Ridgecrest to be exact. I don't know if any of you guys here in the U.S. have heard of this. So while I don't exactly live anywhere near Ridgecrest, I do live in California and technically close enough to feel that shit. Apparently, Las Vegas has also been feeling it. So that's lovely. Same with L.A. I have a friend in L.A. So if I ever get a little spooked at some point during this recording session, it's definitely not from anything here in the game. It's just from things kind of shaking, because aftershocks are definitely a thing. So let us read on and hope that none of that happens. Walking back to the casino where we parked is way faster than leaving it was. And that's probably because I'm still missing the human pinball, so I'm not held up every time we pass a shop. I say that, but of course I'm eager to see her again. In some parallel universe where I hadn't met Marina, I might have stuck around at the candy store to chat for a longer time. But unfortunately for Cassie, who was in charge of that candy store, I already have someone. Apparently everyone's into Yuri here. The parking lot at the Rio has filled up even more. Getting out of here is going to be a pain since there wasn't a whole lot of room to begin with. I make my way to the RV and let myself in. It feels like an oven, and the first thing I do is turn on the AC. I set the bags of candy down on my bed to inspect them. As I'd feared, the chocolate is slightly melted, streaking brown against the clear plastic. It's not too bad though, and a couple of hours in the fridge should have it good as new. I leave the gummies on the counter, since they didn't suffer as much on the walk back. Marina and I are supposed to meet up here in about half an hour. Since it's so soon, I may as well just wait in here where it's more comfortable. I lay down on my bed and try to read that book Marina's been sucked into for a few days, but I can't stay focused on the words long enough to process them. It doesn't take long before I give up and set it aside. Now I just stare up at the ceiling. I used to do this most nights, when I couldn't sleep. After Gramps passed, but before I met Marina. It wasn't that it comforted me or anything, but the amount of effort it took not to think of anything usually led to me falling asleep without realizing. Instead, this time, I let my thoughts wander. Sleeping has been easier lately. Actually doing something during the day and getting exercise helps a lot. But also my thoughts have been less cloudy, less muddled. Sure, there are still moments where I think of Gramps, and the pain hits me again. Having Marina around makes those rare. Someday I might be able to think of him without it hurting. I don't know if I want that, though. Isn't that just like forgetting? People say you move on and get over deaths, but what does that mean for the person you lost? Well, I think you will always hold those you care deeply for in your hearts for the rest of your life. The memories of them, the times you spent together, just their presence in your life, they'll always be within you somewhere. So you don't have to have the negative feelings, the pain of the loss in you to keep them in your life forever. That's actually very unhealthy if you were to do that, but I know a lot of people that do. So I'm saying this out of somewhat experience. I won't go into detail with that, but I think moving on in that regard doesn't have you forget them, but I guess puts things into a more positive light. I roll onto my side and stare at the picture of me and Gramps hanging on the wall. I can't take it and roll onto my other side. Watch there be another picture. Groaning into my pillow is cathartic. Without Marina here, I can be as loud as I want. To my surprise, no tears come. Anyone walking by outside would probably think I'm dying or in pain, but I don't care. Alone time has its upsides after all. Grieving is complicated and exhausting. Sometimes I wonder if I'm even doing it right. There must be something wrong with me, if I don't even want to get over Gramps. I sit up, still hugging the pillow to my chest. Marina will be back soon. Maybe I can talk about this with her. As I think that, I feel a stab of guilt. It's not her problem. It's something I have to deal with myself. I force myself up and over to the driver's seat. I'm not going anywhere, but I can listen to music and watch for Marina's return. I stick in a tape and kick back. A few songs pass by. It's been 20 minutes or so. I start to scan the parking lot, looking for her familiar red hair. The tape ends. That's okay, it was a short one. I replace it with another one, chosen at random. Still no sign of Marina. I get up and check the clock. She's about 10 minutes late now. Maybe the clock is off somehow? I hop out of the RV and ask someone for the time. It matches up exactly with what the clock said. Worry begins to tighten my stomach, but I force myself to calm down. It's Marina, and it's only been 15 minutes. Most likely she got distracted and is on her way right now. 5 more minutes pass. I begin to pace back and forth. Should I go look for her? I have no idea where to start, though. And if she got to the RV and I wasn't there, then she might go looking for me instead. No, I have to stay and wait. Another 10 minutes. She's half an hour late now. I'm so buying us cell phones. As soon as she's back, we're going to that guy on the street and we're getting prepaid phones. From a few streets away, I can hear the sound of a siren, a fire truck or ambulance or something. The knot in my throat feels larger. I cough to relieve some of the tension. I have to go look. I can't take just sitting here. I switch off the engine, throw on my shoes, and climb out. And then I see her. Head down, walking slow but coming towards me.
Marina!
The relief in my voice probably conveys the panic that just drained out of me. She looks up at the sound of her name, and that's when I see that she's crying.
What's wrong?
I rush over.
What's wrong?
Alarm poisons my voice. Did something happen to her after all? I put my hands on her shoulders and shake her gently.
Marina, talk to me. What happened? Are you okay?
She still can't talk, but she nods. Thank God. There are no sobs, but her eyes are pouring tears. Every so often she hiccups, like she's barely restraining herself from fully bawling.
Come on!
I take her hand and lead her back to the RV. No one gives us a second glance. This is probably a common occurrence here. Marina silently follows me to the RV. I lead her to my bed and have her sit down, and I sit beside her. Alternating between rubbing her back and her shoulders, I try to get her to calm down. Slowly, her breathing slows to normal. When I offer her a tissue, she blows her nose loudly. Then she takes a few more to wipe her eyes. Rather than prod her more, I wait, even though it takes all of my self-control. After a shuddery breath, she looks at me, eyes still watering.
I messed up, Amber. Bad.
How?
Her breath catches again and she sobs. It's hoarse and seems to take her by surprise. I immediately rub her shoulders again. And then there's a knock at the RV door.
What the hell?
I stand up, but I can't see who it is from here.
I'll be right back.
The fuck happened, yo? I unlock the front door and open it to an all too familiar face.
It's time to pay up!
I shut the door. Before it's even fully latched, Mariah starts to pound on the door. I lock it and head back to Marina.
Let them in.
Huh?
Go let them in. It's Mariah, right?
Yeah, but how did you... Wait, does this have something to do with...
Marina nods. With a bad feeling about it all, I go back to the door, which is still suffering Mariah's assault. I open and step back so they can enter. Mariah storms in with a huff, acting like always as if she owns the place. Joseph and Tess file in after her. Joseph gives me a smile and a small shake of the head.
Sorry.
He says it so quietly that I don't think anyone else hears. I figure I'll find out why he's apologizing here in a second. Like a conqueror, Mariah marches over to Marina and jabs a finger in her face.
Time to pay up, ditz!
In 2 large steps, I move between the two of them.
Okay, what the hell happened?
Didn't you hear?
I was about to when you attacked my front door.
Well, allow me to deliver the bad news then.
Sis stole Marina's gold.
What?
What? Did not!
It's impossible to figure anything out. Marina is crying too hard to talk, and Mariah is just yelling nonsense like always. I turn to Joe, who's keeping a safe distance along with Tess.
Can you please explain?
Sure. Mare ended up making Marina a bet for all the gold, which she lost. It was a pretty silly thing, and I told her just to let it go, but here we are.
I'm equal parts amused and disgusted that Joseph uses the same nickname for Mariah that I do for Marina. Come to think of it, I'm not sure that I ever noticed how similar their names are. I have, ever since the beginning. It's awful.
A bet's a bet, and she lost fair and square.
I don't think it was fair.
The odds were kinda in your favor.
I turn to Marina, the only person whose opinion really matters to me.
Was it fair?
Slowly she nods.
What game did you play?
Poker.
I glare at Mariah, who at least has the shame to look away. Anyone who spent more than a minute around Marina would know that there's no way she could keep a straight face. I sigh and sit down on the bed beside Marina. I wrap an arm around her. She leans into me, eyes moist.
You know you can only take half the treasure, right? Marina and I split it equally, so she couldn't bet away my half.
That wasn't the deal!
That's the only deal she could have made. But I'll bet you my half against hers.
Amber, no!
I squeeze her affectionately, but I shake my head.
It's fine.
I stand and go to where we've been stashing the gold. I pull out the box of nuggets and open it so Mariah can see. Her eyes light up, and she licks her lips. I snap the box shut.
Fine, but we're not playing poker.
Oh yeah? What game then?
She thinks about it for a moment.
Blackjack.
Why did I see that one coming? Seriously? Blackjack is more about luck than it is skill. I'm not that great at poker though, so blackjack might be the most fair game we could play. I wonder why Mariah suggested it though. Maybe she expects me to win at poker? If that's the case, then her mind games have already begun.
Fine. It's a bet.
Marina stopped crying. Her breath still comes in little spurts, but she's mostly in control of herself. She tugs at my shirt.
Amber, really? You don't have to do this. I screwed up.
It's okay. I'll fix it. That's what I'm here for, right?
I can't read the look on her face, the one that vanishes after a split second.
Okay.
Facing Mariah again, I put the gold away.
Where will we play? There's not enough room here.
There's a casino close by. Down the street from this one. We can do it there.
I'm not old enough to gamble. Not legally, at least.
She shrugs. Wait, how did Marina do it?
Doesn't matter, this place won't check your ID. Probably gonna be closed within a year.
I don't like the sound of that. I feel like I'm being set up.
It's true. It's where we played.
Really?
Yeah, they had like party rooms that were empty. We just used one of those.
I've never heard of anything like this place, but if they let Marina in, then they'll probably let me in too. I'd also feel better about playing with cards that I know Mariah won't have messed with.
Fine. Tell me how to get there, and I'll meet you in a little bit.
She gives me directions, as well as the name of the building. Worst case, Marina can probably help find it. Maybe. I count out Marina's half of the gold and put it into one of the boxes before handing it to Mariah, who snatches it from my grip.
Enjoy, because this is the only time you'll get to touch the treasure.
Ooh. With a final sneer, Mariah leads her troop out of the RV, and Joseph still looks pretty sorry about the whole thing. The door slams shut, and we're left in silence. I look at Marina. She looks at the floor.
I'm really sorry.
I'm not even that upset. Compared to all the 1,000,001 awful scenarios I'd concocted, this is pretty tame. And knowing Marina, it's not that shocking either. So I'm being honest when I smile at her.
It's okay, really. I'll go win back your gold and then we can get out of Vegas.
She sniffles.
Seriously though, what were you thinking?
I'm actually kind of curious as to how she knew that they were even here. Did she spot them and then went up to them and challenged them? Was this what she was planning, to get anything else that she could? That's pretty greedy. And dumb if that's the case. I'm not exactly sure.
I was just so surprised to see them here. I thought it must be fate or something. I was shopping around and I saw something that I really wanted, but I didn't have enough money.
I guess that answered my question.
And then I saw the three of them at this little diner, so I went in to say hello and told them all about it.
What was it you wanted to buy?
That's a secret. I wanted to show it to you. But anyway, then Mariah made me that bet and I don't know, Amber. I guess I just got so excited about it that I didn't really think. Like, if you'd been there, you would have beat her no problem. I don't even think she's very good at poker. It's just that I'm kind of bad at hiding how I feel.
I can't help but laugh.
No way, you're kidding me.
She sticks her tongue out at me. I guess she's feeling a little bit better.
Really, though, what if you lose to Mariah?
Then I lose. It won't happen, though.
Are you good at blackjack?
A lot of it's luck. There's stuff you can memorize, like card combos, but I don't know any of that.
What if Mariah does?
I doubt it. She would have played that against you if she did. Easier to make it seem like you just got unlucky, instead of her taking advantage of you.
She didn't take...
Bullshit, Mare. She might not have cheated, but she still should have known better.
Marina frowns and looks at the floor again. I can't tell if I'm helping or not. Then I remember the candy I bought earlier. It had totally slipped my mind over the last hour.
Oh yeah, I got you something. To try to say sorry for being so weird lately. Even though I've already said that too.
I grab the bag of chocolates from the fridge and the gummies from above it. Eyes wide, Marina holds them to her like babies.
Amber,
Her eyes start to water again.
thank you so much.
Hey, no more crying. This wasn't supposed to make you cry.
She giggles, but that doesn't stop 2 tears from running down her face.
Sorry, I'm crying a lot.
Kinda, yeah.
Marina laughs again. She unties the gummy bag and digs around in it.
The chocolates got a little melted on the walk back, but they've been in the fridge.
They look just fine to me.
She pulls out a few gummy soda bottles and then offers me the bag. I don't want to take too much, but I do find one of the peach rings the cashier recommended. It really is good. Sweet, but in a mild way. It actually tastes like peaches.
Are you ready to go?
Marina spins the bag to twist it, then ties off the top.
Yeah.
And off we go. Alright, I know this is kinda early, like 10 minutes early, but I am going to end it here. So thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you'd like to see more. I actually don't know how much more we have to go. If anyone wants to give some insight on that, by all means. But I'm assuming since we're done with the treasure hunt, I really don't know if there could be much more. Just the relationship building, but that can only go so far. But what do I know? So stay tuned and yeehaw.